Hi everyone, it's Miss K, and we're back again for workout number 3. Today's workout's going to be really fun. I think you're going to have a good time because today we're going to take a trip. Now we can't really take a trip because we're not supposed to go out, right? But we can pretend to take a trip. And today we're going to take a trip around the zoo. So we're going to look at some pictures of some of the animals we'd see at the zoo. Then we're going to learn a fun fact about each of the animals, and then we're going to move like the animals. So let's get started. Now remember, the first thing we do before we exercise is we warm our body up, okay? So today, the animal that's going to teach us how to warm our body up is the eagle. This is a bald eagle, and it's not really bald. It has white feathers on top, but we call it a bald eagle. Did you know that bald eagles can fly really fast? They can fly 60 miles an hour. That's about as fast as you go in your car. And when they're diving to get food, they can go up to 100 miles an hour, which is way faster than you should ever go in your car. So this is called an eagle breath. So we're going to take and put one hand on one shoulder and one hand on the other shoulder. We're going to take a deep breath in, bring our palms together, and then blow out and switch sides. Okay? Let's do it 3 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Good job. We took a nice deep breath and warmed our bodies up. The next animal we're going to visit is a crab. Now, there's about 4,000 different kinds of crabs, and they could be really small or really big. So let me show you the smallest crab, a picture of the smallest crab. This is called a pea crab. And a pea crab is only about that big. It's so tiny. And then this is a picture of a Japanese spider crab. Look how big that is. And that's the biggest crab that there are. Those can get up to about 18 feet. 18 feet is too big for me to show. So maybe you have a ruler or a tape measure at home and you can measure out 18 feet and just see how big that is. So we're going to do what's called a crab stand. Miss K is going to turn to the side so you can see what she's doing. My knees are bent, my feet are flat on the ground, and my palms are flat on the ground with my fingers pointing to the back wall. And all we're going to do is lift ourselves up, okay? That's all we're doing. We're going to lift ourselves up, we're going to count to 6, and then we're going to go back down. We're going to do that 2 times. Ready? Okay? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ready? One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that was our visit to the crabs. Now we're going to move on and we're going to look at this animal, which is called a whale. This is a picture of a blue whale. Now we don't really see whales at the zoo, but we see them at aquariums, which is like a zoo for animals that live in and around the water. A blue whale is the biggest animal that ever lived on Earth, bigger even than dinosaurs. Now, whales live in the water, but they need to breathe air just like people do, right? When you go underwater, you hold your breath, you go underwater, and then you come up and you take a breath. Whales do the same thing, but they can hold their breath for 60 minutes, so that's a lot longer than you and I can, okay? So we're gonna do what's called a whale swim. Let me show you what that looks like. You're gonna get on your tummy. You're gonna stretch your arms to the front and your feet to the back, and we're just gonna pretend like we're swimming, okay? All right, everybody ready? We're gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, that's hard. Miss K is gonna stretch her back out by doing this. That feels good. Roll myself up, and we're ready to visit our next animal. Now remember, I said a blue whale is really big. Well, there's another really big animal. Actually, it's the biggest animal that lives on the land. And that is an elephant. Elephants have this big, long thing called a trunk. And they use their trunk like we use our hands. So they pick up their food and they put it in their mouth with their trunk. Now, elephants use their trunk for something else that's really cool. They use it to put on sunscreen. Crazy, huh? Elephants wear sunscreen. So what they do is after they're done cleaning themselves out in the water, they take and they pick up mud and dirt with their trunk and they throw it on their skin to protect their skin from getting sunburn. Pretty crazy, but pretty smart, huh? So for the elephant, we're gonna stand up. We have to stand up for our elephant. And we're gonna pretend our arms are the trunk of an elephant. So we're gonna stand with our legs just a little apart. We're gonna put our arms together, our hands together, and we're gonna move our trunk up and down. We're gonna do that 5 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down. Good job. Now we're gonna move side to side. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, that one's harder because we're twisting our body, right? Shake it out, shake it out. Take a deep breath before we go visit our next animal. Our next animal we see at the zoo, but we also see outside all the time. I see him right now outside my window. And that is let me get my picture, a bird. And this is a picture of a robin. Okay, we see robins a lot in Michigan in the spring. They go where it's warm in the winter, and then they come back up to Michigan when it starts to get warmer. Now the cool thing about birds, Miss Kay is gonna take a toilet paper roll and show you. Birds have hollow bones. So that means there's nothing in the middle. They have a bone around the outside, but nothing in the middle, so we can look right through it, okay? And that helps them to be really light so they can fly around. So today, we're gonna fly like a bird. So we're gonna pretend our arms are wings, and we're gonna flap our wings, and we're gonna run like a bird, okay? We're gonna do this, count to 10. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, we get to fly around like a bird. Pretty fun, huh? You can move around in your room if you want, but I don't have enough space to move around. The next animal we're gonna visit is also a bird. But this bird can't fly. This is a penguin. So the fun thing about penguins is they use their wings like flippers to help them move around in the water, make them swim really fast. So we're gonna walk like a penguin. So Miss Kay's gonna point her toes out, put my arms down like a penguin, and I'm just gonna walk like this. And if you want to, you can walk around. Miss Kay's just gonna walk in place. Okay, we're gonna count to 10. Ready? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Now we're gonna hop like a penguin. Sometimes penguins hop to get around. So we're gonna hop. We're gonna hop 5 times. You don't have to hop too high. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, my dress is shaking because I'm hopping. Okay, the last animal we're gonna visit is a flamingo. This is a picture of a flamingo. Let me hold it. Let me put that down here. That's a picture of a flamingo. Now the cool thing about flamingos is when they are born, they look like this. Their feathers are gray. And when they turn about 2, their feathers start to turn pink. And that's because they love to eat shrimp. And the shrimp turns their feathers pink. So we're gonna do a flamingo stand. So we're gonna pretend our arms are wings. We're gonna tuck our wings under. We're gonna balance on one foot, okay? So if you start to get wobbly, it's okay, put your foot down and just try again. Okay, ready? We're gonna count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're gonna do the other leg. Take a breath, catch my breath. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we made it around the zoo. Now we're coming back to where we started. So where did we start? We started with our, let me find him, our eagle. So we're gonna sit back down on the ground. We're gonna sit crisscross applesauce and we're gonna do 3 eagle breaths. So do you remember what that looks like? Miss Kay will remind you. 1 arm on one shoulder, 1 arm on the other shoulder. We breathe in Bring our hands together and then switch sides. So 3 times, ready? That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. Now before we leave our pretend zoo, Miss Kay wants to show you a picture of what her favorite animal is when she goes to the zoo. And that is a giraffe. I think they're so pretty. I love their long necks and their spots. And a really crazy fun thing about giraffes, let me reach, is that they have really long tongues to help them reach up into the trees and get the leaves. Their tongues can grow 20 inches long. Look how long that is. Can you imagine if your tongue was that long? Whew, I wouldn't fit in my mouth. And I have a big mouth. So what's your favorite animal when you go to the zoo? Can you move like your favorite animal? Can you find a fun fact about your favorite animal? I hope you had a great time visiting the zoo with me. I hope you guys all have a great week, and I look forward to our next visit. Bye-bye.